I've taken a break from the penis.
You've taken a break from the penis?
I have.
Wait, so how often was it? Like, what was it like getting to a problem?
No, it was just
Did you have a penis problem?
No.
Because Lord knows I do. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew.
That's not going to be the name of the episode. Penis problem is not going to be the name of the episode. You better not.
Penis problem. I love bad bitches. That's my penis problem.
Hustle with my muscle cause I'm living off the dollar. Struggle in my huddle so it's Henny or it's vodka. Life is catching up though so we living how we gotta. Stay low key, you know me the same old way I used to be. I stay low key, you know me. I stay on my grind to distract my mind. Yes, packing like folders.
We're good to Keke.
I love that you're using that.
Okay. Explain Keke.
Okay, so
because you just said we Keke a lot, and I was like,
we be
I
Kekeing.
haven't done drugs.
We have a good Keke session every time I see you.
Keke session?
So Keke is like, like you catching up, gossiping, yapping, like with a vibe.
Yapping
so you
with a
wouldn't
vibe.
Keke with somebody that you don't fuck with.
No. What would you do with
Absolutely
someone
not.
you don't fuck with?
I guess slap the dog shit out of them. I don't know. But not Keke.
Keke.
You Keke with your homegirls, with your best friends, with your cousins who you're close with. Anybody who you care about and you love chit-chatting with, that's a good Keke
It's
session.
like a bond.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a term used amongst Black women and gay Black men. Yeah, like yourself.
Me.
So
I do have the vibes of a gay Black man. I think that's the real me.
Well, I love gay Black men. That's fine.
Fucking call me Keke Palmer. All right, so thank God there was an Ulta. Let me introduce our guest.
Yes.
My guest today. She has a Don't Tell special. She was at the Netflix is a Joke festival. She just dropped another special. Eva Evans, if you don't mind.
Yay, thank you.
Chris, clap.
Yeah, you better clap, Chris. No, I'm joking.
I'm trying to make sure you guys look good.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Liam.
No, thanks for coming. I'm glad there was an Ulta around the corner so that when I was late, you could be. There should be an Ulta on every corner in America so that if a woman doesn't have something to do or a gay Black man doesn't have something to do, they could go to Ulta and just fucking
shop. Right.
That's like therapy for a woman.
I love Ulta.
Yeah.
I do.
And then, so I walked in there and I automatically, I was like, oh, I want to be here longer.
Right?
I was the only man there. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, there were some other men there, but you probably couldn't tell they were men. But there were some men in there.
And then I had a very vulnerable moment because I saw a couple Black women with very nice hair, and I only saw the backs of them, and they were all very beautiful. And I was like, all right, I only have one shot at this. I don't want to say Eva, and then it's not Eva, and then I'm just getting shamed in Ulta.
Yes, so funny.
But I got it right.
You did.
I got it right.
You were so scared. You're like, Eva? Eva, is that you? I'm like, oh, my scared little, come here, baby.
And then you turned around and it was you, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, I know.
That was
funny.
fantastic.
So funny.
And this is also the debut of your new wig.
Yes, this is my first time wearing this wig. I love her.
I like it. You already got a compliment walking down the street.
I did.
You were on the phone with one of your, what you called your secret admirer, and I was like, you called him. So I don't know how that's secret.
I called him back. I had a missed call from him.
You called someone back, but you didn't know who it was?
Nah, I know who it was.
All right.
Nah, I knew who it was. It's a gentleman caller.
Gentleman caller?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that. I heard his voice.
Yes.
So what number is he on the roster?
Right now, he the only one.
Sorry, you're Jamaican. I mean Rasta.
Yeah, the Rasta. No, he's the only one of my, because I'm really bad at dating. Like what I do is like, I like one guy and I'll just only talk to him. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to talk to like multiple people and then may the best man win.
Like it's the Bachelorette?
Yes. Because
Wait,
what happens is you end up, all your energy is focused on this one person. And if it doesn't work out, then you have to start over. Like versus if you were getting to know a few people, then you can kind of gauge like, oh, I see something in him that I like. I don't know. That's what people like dating experts say.
That's what the hoes tell you?
That's what the whole expert. No, I'm joking.
Experts.
No, the experts, that's what they say. Date multiple people at one time. But dating and fucking are two different things. Not saying fuck multiple people, but you can date multiple people.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's so stressful to date more than one person at a time.
It's so stressful. I don't have time.
I can't even keep up with myself.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, but the person that I called back, not call first.
Back. You would never call him first.
Nah, I don't call men first.
You don't call men first? That's a rule you have? Have you? You've definitely broken that rule.
I've done it and I felt
You
so
called me
stupid.
today.
I did, yeah. to ask you where the fuck you was at.
Yeah, true. We were saying that you make sure you're on time and early for everything
Yes.
to avoid the stereotype.
Yes, I'm always on time or early.
You're like Ja Rule.
Yeah, because I don't want to be the black person that was late. Because it's like, oh, of course they're late. You know what I'm saying? I overly tip when I go out. I give between 22%.
Wow.
Even if the service is terrible.
Even if it's terrible? No, I do the same thing just because I feel too guilty.
Really? Well, I worked in the restaurants for 7 years.
Yeah.
So, and I used to work at these places in the city, and they're like, oh, I don't want that table because it's like, it's black people, they're not going to tip. I'm like, and I used to get offended, and then lo and behold, they really didn't tip. And I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing because I just cussed out everybody in the staff on behalf of my people, and these people didn't fucking tip and made me look stupid.
Damn.
So,
have you ever told them, like, hey, you guys have to tip better because I just vouched for you? And they all expect you to not tip?
Nah. I just like, you know what? I'm only responsible for myself.
Be the change that you want to see.
Exactly. So not that I'm saying black people don't tip. There are black people just like me who tip.
Yeah.
But in the 7 years that I was, working, I would see it would happen a few times, and it did embarrass me.
Yeah. I get that. I have friends that do both ends of that spectrum where I have a couple black friends. And, and I have friends who over tip like that because of stereotype, like you're saying.
Yes, OD.
Yeah, and then then I also have friends that do kind of the in between of the stereotype where they're like, I mean, she only looked at me once. I'm not giving her shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So
I get that though.
I get that, and that's the thing because they didn't look at you because they're like, oh, what's the point of putting that effort in because he's not going to tip. So what you're doing is proving that person right. That's why even if the service is shitty, I still tip the 20%. Because it's like, you're going to feel like an idiot. Like, oh, damn, I should have probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I get that and I respect it, but it's not your responsibility also for them to do
I know.
good. But I do the same thing just because I feel so guilty. And I was a waiter too. So I was like, I can't, I'll never send food back. I can never.
Oh, no, I send shit back.
Oh, you do?
If it's not done properly, I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
I'm so scared.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like then they're going to spit in it.
If you and I go out to eat together, I'm making sure everything is right.
Oh.
He said 4 broccolis, ma'am, not 5. How dare you?
See, I need a lawyer like you.
Yes, I don't play. I do not play.
Maybe I need to date a black woman.
Absolutely. She would change your life.
Damn.
She would change your life.
Because I have no self-worth when I talk to a waiter. I'm just like, but if you want to give me something else, it's okay.
Oh no, I make sure everything's done properly. But I
Wanna
make it
get
worth
outta
their
here?
while.
Huh?
I'm I don't want to say demanding, but I expect certain, shit to be done, and I'm gonna tip you accordingly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when I think about it, I'm like, oh, well, you should expect it to be done a certain way because you're paying a certain amount of money.
Right, I'm paying. This ain't the soup kitchen. I ain't coming here. I ain't coming this motherfucker begging.
Would you send soup back at the soup kitchen?
At the soup kitchen? First of all, if I'm at the soup kitchen, something wrong.
Well, yeah.
Do I no longer have a vagina? Because if you have a vagina, no, for real, if you have a vagina, there's no reason why you should be in the soup kitchen, sis.
Damn. If you are a woman, you should never be.
There's no reason why you should be homeless or hungry, bitch.
But even like the ones whose vagina is like soup.
Oh, if it's bad vagina, then I can't relate. I don't know how to.
You can't relate.
I have no advice for somebody with bad vagina. I don't know how that works.
That's hilarious. If you have a vagina, you should not be at a soup kitchen.
You should not.
So is it just dudes at these soup kitchens?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It should be.
It's a sausage fest at these soup
Yeah, it
kitchens.
should be.
Damn. It's the opposite of Ulta.
Yes.
It's just straight dudes, no women, no gay black men.
None. I used to work at a homeless shelter, and I was so confused. I'm like, y'all bitches not using your vagina correctly.
Oh yeah,
but then they were also crazy. So, but men love crazy women. So
they do.
They do. So
we do.
Look at you.
I could always say I know a woman's crazy if I'm attracted to her.
Ah!
There's something, and now I know. I'm at the point now where I know I've matured a little bit, and I could tell when someone's crazy, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be bad for me. But there's still like an instinctual thing where I'm like, I like that.
You like that?
It's so dumb.
Yeah, I had to rewire my brain too for like what I was attracted to.
You liked crazy guys?
Not crazy, but like, I don't know. I like the guy who like, I guess emotionally unavailable is the word.
Yeah, that's okay. That's women's version of the crazy girls. Men, their toxic thing is they like crazy women. Women like emotionally unavailable men.
And
that's
it's
the toxic
crazy.
thing. When did you like realize that and change it?
I really been working on it since like towards the end of last year. It's a recent.
Oh,
thing.
recently.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I cannot do this anymore.
What is it? I guess it's all like the chase. Like if you're
Well, for me, I was like, my father showed up late in my childhood, and when he did show up,
Black stereotype.
right, another stereotype that I hate. I hate it.
No, I don't mean not being in your life. I mean he showed up late.
Oh, he showed up late. right. So he showed up late in my childhood, and then when he did show up, it was like the bare minimum, like the bare minimum. So it's like if a guy just showed me like a little bit of attention, I'm like, oh, we're meant to be.
Yeah, because
like,
you're not used to that.
Yeah, and it's like I had to really like consciously like, no, I need to stop that. Like I need to realize who I am first of all. I'm a beautiful, intelligent, talented young lady.
You are.
Thank you. And my career is popping. My name is out here buzzing. Like, who the fuck? I gotta realize who I am. I'm not begging nobody. Like, I'm not that little girl begging her father to come from the Bronx to come get her.
Isn't it crazy? Like, even no one would expect that from you with where you're at and how beautiful you are.
Thank you.
Chris, can you leave? We're having a moment right now.
It's been great.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm just kidding. I like when he watches. But, but that's crazy. Like, no one would expect that. But that just goes to show that everyone has their issues going on, especially comedians, honestly. Because that's a likely story in the comedy world and any entertainment world.
Even how I got into comedy is because of my father.
Really?
I just realized I don't want him to control, and he's dead anyway. And then we stopped talking 10 years before he passed. I don't want to give him control no more. Like the men that I'm attracted to, I don't want that because of the issues with my father. Like I really like made a conscious decision. But like even with comedy, like because people always ask me, like, how did you know like you want to be a comedian? Or this shit is really in my life. Like it's really in my destiny. I really believe that because when I was younger, I would ask my mother, like, questions about my father. My mother was a single mother, but she was never one of them bitches who was like bitter, like, oh, your father ain't shit. Like she never talked about him. You know how some women just talk shit about their child's father?
That's exactly how my mom was too.
Oh, right? So she didn't talk about him, right?
Well, she would talk about him positively, even though he was a piece of shit.
Right, because she didn't want you to feel like, you know what I'm saying?
A certain way about your dad.
Yeah, so we had good
how
moms. We did have good moms. So my mother never said nothing bad about him. The only thing she would say about him was like, oh, he loved Martin Lawrence. He was a big Martin Lawrence fan. So I'm like 4 or 5 years old. I'm like, oh, so if I'm funny, he'll like me too. Wow.
Do you remember having that conscious thought?
Yeah, well, I remember watching Martin, and I'm like, oh, I gotta be like this.
Oh, wow.
And then he'll love me.
Oh,
so I didn't
crazy.
think, oh, I gotta go in and stand up to it. I mean, I'm 4 or 5 years old, but I just remember watching the Martin show. I'm like, oh, I gotta be this funny, and then I'll have a dad.
No, but even that is wild that you had that conscious decision of like, if I'm like that, he'll love me.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Crazy.
Also, I know that's not healthy, but that's pretty evolved for like a 5-year-old to be like, okay, here's what I got to do to get love.
Yes.
That's pretty early for that.
That's very early. And that's why I know this shit is in my DNA. Is in the cards for me. Like I didn't just fall into this comedy shit. This shit was written before I was even conceived. I really do feel like this is God's plan, for real.
Yeah, and also you're just so naturally like quick and like you have that like, New York thing of just like roasty. Yeah, because you grew up in Bed-Stuy?
No, hell nah. No, I love Bed-Stuy. I love Bed-Stuy.
Whoa.
I love Bed-Stuy. I just moved there. Actually, this Saturday make a year.
Oh, congrats. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. But the reason why...
Doesn't sound like you're happy about it.
No, Bed-Stuy is cool. It's just that there's very little to no West Indian, Caribbean presence as a Jamaican anymore. It got all washed out. And even before it got washed out, it was mostly like Flatbush and Canarsie was very heavy Caribbean.
Okay.
Bed-Stuy was more like Black American. Yeah, you had your Jamaicans, of course, but like it was more heavily like a Black American staple in Bed-Stuy. I mean, in Brooklyn. And then Flatbush was more Caribbean.
Yeah, as soon as you get to the Eastern Parkway.
Right, yeah. Crown Heights had heavy Caribbean too.
Yeah.
So when I go grocery shopping, I have to leave Bed-Stuy. I have to go like to Brownsville or back to Flatbush to go grocery shopping because the things that I need.
You cook.
I cook,
You
honey.
cook.
I don't even cook. I cooks.
You cooks.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we're Keking. You cooks.
Exactly.
You cooks, queen, okay? Let me tell you something. What's your favorite dish to make?
Ooh, last time I made curry chicken. I do make a my curry goat is amazing. My oxtail is also good. Anything like a steamed fish, brown stew fish. The only thing I'm need to work on is like my I make a good cow foot soup, but
cow foot soup.
Yes.
Whoa.
I love that.
I had curried goat once, and my Irish stomach was not ready for that.
Oh no, I didn't think you would be able to handle. I don't know, because it's spicy, right?
No, not even the spice, just like the texture, like the taste is just like I've never had goat before.
Really, goat
The
is my
curry I
favorite
could
meal.
go with. Curry actually, people in Ireland make chicken curry chicken. They call it. They
Really?
reverse it. But yeah, it's really
I
popular in
always
Ireland.
consider the Irish like the Jamaicans of the UK. No, for real, because y'all accents when y'all
I was gonna say
it sounds so Jamaican.
Yeah. I used to work with a lot of like West Indian people and their accents, and even some of the lingo would be kind of the same, like vexed.
Yeah, Vex, yeah.
My grandma used to say that, and then that's a very like Caribbean thing. And then
It's so funny.
It's
Y'all the only
interesting.
white people I feel like are very close to Caribbean or even blacks. Like
yeah. Why is that? I think there's some kind of like history there. Of,
there's
like,
definitely a
both.
history there. And there's a lot of Irish people and Germans who are in Jamaica as well.
There's a lot of Irish in Jamaica.
Like
wow.
people of Irish descent, yep.
I guess we all
Mostly
just
Germans
have.
though. There's a big German community in
Really?
St. Elizabeth, yeah.
Why is that?
I forgot the history of that. I think there was like some work program or some shit. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I would have to Google that.
Germans in Jamaica.
Yeah, there's a
Sounds
German
like
town.
a show on
Yeah,
TLC.
there's a German town.
Germantown?
Yeah, it's called Germantown. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a
wow.
whole community of them.
What is that like? Do you go?
It's-
You probably never go there.
Nah, I have enough.
I'm saying.
I've seen enough white faces in Bed-Stuy. I've seen enough.
There's probably a Germantown in Bed-Stuy now too.
I know, right? No, but to answer your question, so I did not grow up in Bed-Stuy, but so for the first 4 years of my life, I lived in Jamaica. I was born in Jersey, but my mother brought me back to her birthplace in Jamaica. Me and my sister went back, and I lived there for like 4 years. And then I was back and forth after that between Jersey and Jamaica.
Jersey and Jamaica?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Englewood, New Jersey, to be exact. Englewood, New Jersey
Yeah.
is right outside the George Washington Bridge. There's a second exit after you cross the George Washington Bridge.
So
So
it's right by the Bronx.
It's right by the Bronx,
Yeah.
right by Washington Heights, right? So when I always tell people, like, I have to specify where in Jersey, because when people hear Jersey, they think
Sopranos.
West Bubblefuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, baby. I don't know where the fuck you're talking about. People are like, oh, you don't know this part of Jersey? No, sweetie. I grew up 12 minutes outside of the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I feel like it's either you live in Jersey where you're right across from the Bronx, or you're just one of those random towns that you see on the weather report.
Exactly.
And you're like, huh?
That no one gives a shit
That's a
about.
real place. Yeah,
Right.
no. Because a lot of Jersey just looks like a highway with shopping centers.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So it's almost better. I never thought I'd say this. It's better that you were closer to the Bronx.
Oh, absolutely. And then my father came back in my life when I was about 10, but then he was like, I guess, more consistently when I was 11. So I would say that 11 is when my memories of him like really started to come together.
Did you have an adult relationship with him?
Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
So when did that end?
So
Sorry, I
yes.
didn't mean to
No,
get
it's
so
okay.
serious.
No, it's okay, baby. It's okay.
This is
So he was from the Bronx. So when he came to, when I was in 11, he would have me Friday to Monday. So half the week I would stay in the Bronx, and he would drop me to school Monday morning and then pick me. So yeah, so half the week I was in the Bronx, and then the other half I was in Englewood with my mother. And then I came to Brooklyn the late junior year of high school. So I've been in
Okay.
Brooklyn, I would say 16, 17 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so yeah,
So you're technically a Brooklyn transplant.
technically. But I came before the Barclays Center was up.
Is that? But if someone else used that line, if like a German from Wisconsin was like,
Well, my thing is, I grew up in the New York City area.
that's true. Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
And I did spend half my week in the Bronx as a child, like,
True.
you know, for years.
True.
For years. So it's like, you know.
And you could tell by hearing you say one sentence that you're from New
Right.
York.
And then, you know, junior year of high school is like, you know, you're still technically a child.
Yeah.
It's your most formative years.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
And right across the bridge into Jersey is basically New York.
Right. Like I live close, like I grew up closer to Harlem than you did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
Is
saying?
that a brag? No, I'm just kidding. I love Harlem.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. So, but
Yeah, Queens to Harlem is like
it's a troop.
that's a long distance relationship.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So then, when did you start doing comedy?
Oh, I started when I was 24 in
Okay.
2015.
Did you know? I know you said that you knew that like funny was in your DNA. Did you know? Okay, I'm gonna do stand up.
No, I didn't know until I was in my 20s. I
So
did
what
not
did it?
know. I got my heart broken for the first time.
Aw.
Mhm.
Can we play some like live studio audience? Aw.
Yeah,
is
do you have that?
Aw.
There we go. We have the manual
one.
But yeah, so
Who is this man
Ah,
that broke your heart?
He's a dog shit.
Give me his address.
He was from East Flatbush. I don't know if you want to go there alone.
Yeah,
but-
I'm okay.
I'll come with him. Then it'll be fine.
Yeah, me and Chris will pull up to East Flatbush. And then we'll get right
Do
back
you
in the
know
car.
who my dad is, buddy?
Hey, don't mess with Chris. He's from Stamford, Connecticut, all right?
I'm not, but yeah,
Where you
Connecticut.
from?
Connecticut. I'm from
Oh,
Southbury.
same
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Whatever.
At least I ain't from Connecticut.
Yeah, no, Connecticut
It's
sucks.
embarrassing.
That's crazy. I just lost all the files. Where did they go?
Wait, do you know? Because I was telling you I was in Boston. Boston people, they still hate New York, which I think is hilarious and it's fun, whatever. But then I was talking to someone that was in Connecticut, and they hate Connecticut even more. And New Yorkers kind of hate Connecticut too, so that's where we bond.
Oh.
Boston and New York bonds over hating you.
I mean,
That's
it's an
so
easy place to
funny.
hate.
It is.
I'm
Yeah.
not there. There's a reason.
That's
Yes,
good.
he's
That's
in
good.
Queens now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's an upgrade.
Yes, we're here. Sorry,
No, it's
sorry.
all right.
Back to your piece
Oh,
of shit
yes.
father.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
I'm
no,
just
no,
kidding.
that we. Oh yeah, that too. But
I'm sorry.
we're talking about the piece of shit who broke my heart.
I feel okay saying it because I am a piece of shit.
Yeah.
No, just,
No, it's fine.
no,
it's
my
fine.
dad is too. So
Yeah, no, we
that's-
bonded on that. We
that's why-
definitely did. We did.
Did we?
Yes. Remember that time when I bought you that beer?
Oh yeah. So,
Look at
not
you.
on mic, Eva. Come on. I thought we were. Yeah.
I didn't roofie the beer. That's why. That's not why he doesn't remember.
No, I'm just an alcoholic. Yeah, that was fun. Okay.
Yeah. But so my heart was broken for the first time, and I went to a Broadway comedy club, and I paid $5. I was like, I think it was $5
Classic.
for 5 minutes.
Classic.
Went up there and I was talking mad shit about him and his mother. His mother was a terrible cook. His mother was a sweet lady. Don't get me wrong. She was a very sweet lady, but she raised a cheating piece of shit,
Mm.
and she couldn't cook.
She couldn't make no cow foot soup.
No, hell nah.
No.
She couldn't make no soup, and she couldn't make a good man. 'Cause she-
Mm.
the son she raised was a piece of shit.
Damn. And it's ironic. He's probably in the soup kitchen now.
Right? Rightfully so. That's
Like-
where he fucking belongs. So yeah, so I went up there, was talking shit about her cooking and everything, and I got laughs. And I was like, oh, I was just venting. But if y'all like this shit, I got some more shit. And I came back the next week, and then I just
Did you write any of this down, or were you just
no,
venting?
I was just venting, and
Oh,
then I
wow.
started to write
Oh, that's awesome.
after I saw them live. I'm like, oh, maybe there's something here.
Oh, that's crazy. But what made you even think like I'm gonna go to this open mic?
I'm not. That's a good question. I'm like, I want to talk about him, and people need to hear this shit.
You just didn't have any friends.
I think my friends were just tired of hearing about his ass. I'm like, I need
get
a fresh pair of ears. People who didn't know him.
I need people that can't leave.
Yeah, and then also like, like the women in my family, I would vent to them, but like they're very like, cheating is not a deal breaker in my family.
Mm. I feel like that's a lot of like how we're built to think.
Yeah, like a
Or
man's gonna
how-
be a man.
Exactly.
If he go out there and get his dick sucked, have a baby, it's okay. He came home to you, and I'm just not that type of bitch.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not, and like there's a disconnect between my family and I because it's just like, cheating is that's like the ultimate betrayal to me. I could never
Mhm.
even stomach being in your presence after that.
Yeah.
Much less to continue a marriage or a relationship. Like, but so
Yeah.
talking to the women in my family, they didn't understand what I was saying because it's like, okay, so what? He had a baby on you.
Mm,
He still chose you.
That's
Men are
crazy.
gonna be men.
that's
Suck it
boys will
up.
be boys.
Yeah, and it's just like, so I couldn't relate to the women in my family, and then the girls I was talking to too, they were some dumb bitches too. Like my friends at the time was dumb bitches too. So it's like
They had the same kind of mindset of like, who cares? He's still with you.
they were like I said, the women around. A lot of women cheating is not a deal breaker for them.
Yeah.
They take it.
Can you
as,
introduce me to these women?
How can you not? Them bitches is everywhere.
I don't know.
But-
It's like I guess it's a cultural thing and a generational thing.
It is.
Where I feel like it's getting better now.
I think what it is now is women are like they're doing the open thing.
They are.
So it's like it's a different version of accepting his cheating,
Mm.
but it still is. You know what I'm saying?
But they're doing it too now.
Well, a lot of women
Sound like a 70-year-old. You know,
yeah.
these women are cheating too now. What's this world coming to? Joe Biden?
The women who I know who do the open shit, they don't really want to do the open shit.
Oh, really? I always feel like it's the other way around. I always feel like
I don't know. Well, the girls I know, they say they want to do it, but their feelings be hurt when their man sucks somebody else.
there's got to be like, there's no way that's what we're supposed to be doing. I know some people make the argument like, we're the only mammals that are monogamous. We're not supposed
No,
to
penguins are monogamous too.
do You had that ready to go.
Yes. There's a couple. Penguins do not fuck around. And who else don't fuck around? There's a couple mammals.
Penguins are out here being loyal.
Loyal as fuck.
You know what it is? It's because they're the only birds that can't fly, so it hasn't gotten to their head. You know? If the minute a penguin flies, that guy's fucking everyone on the island. Fucking happy feet.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
But penguins. Anyway, back to this man.
Mhm. So yeah, he broke my heart.
Damn, I mean, that's how I felt when I saw you FaceTiming that guy.
Oh my God, I'm so
That was rough.
sorry.
That was rough. Okay, so
I'm gonna block his number after this. He'll never FaceTime me again.
how many guys have you blocked?
Oh, I lost count.
Really? It's that like blocked his number?
Yeah, well, you mean like in life?
Oh,
Or
this
this
is a large number.
Well, no,
I guess women have to do this way.
Yeah, if you piss me off, it's like, what are we talking about? Block? Because men they'll hit you up a year or two later, like, hey. and
You'll
it's
block
like,
for that?
No, I have to block so that you don't come back 2 years later with the hey.
You're doing a long game block.
Yeah.
You're planning ahead with the block. It's not like, oh, he won't stop texting right now.
No,
Block.
men do they
Wow.
come back like, hey. I had a guy, no shit, Liam. I had a guy hit me up last summer, and he's like, hey, remember that? I'm like, who is this? He's like, oh, we met at a party and we danced. And I'm like, and he's like, oh, it was pre-pandemic. So
He got the vaccine.
I
Now he's
shook
ready.
my ass on this man in 2019, and he hit me up with hey in 2023.
We were in a lockdown. He couldn't
I
leave
was
his
like,
house.
ain't no way that ass shake meant that much to this man.
That's
That's what I'm saying. Men will circle, no matter what, they will find a way to circle around. That's why sometimes you do have to block in advance.
That is my main problem with dating too, is that I'll just like forget and then I'll go do something else and I'll be like, oh, I really like that one girl from 2005. I should text her. I still have her number. So I resonate with this
You
man.
see?
So you're probably gonna block me soon.
Right after this.
Damn, that's a no-go, huh?
Nah, not years later.
What's the longest amount of time?
To circle back, I mean, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm gonna give
What
you
if you didn't? Yeah, Fortnite. Well, he's playing Fortnite. That's why he didn't text back. But what if you didn't even? So a date is one thing. If you like go on like a date and then you don't hear for a while, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But like, what if you genuinely just like meet and then it just doesn't happen? So what if it's like 6 months later? So it's that guy that complimented your hair outside on 6th Avenue,
yeah.
and then what if he was like, hey, but I would love to get your number and take you out sometime. And then you're like, oh, yeah, for sure. And then you text a little bit, then it doesn't happen. And then it's the 4th of July. And he's like, these fireworks really reminded me of what we had.
See, a situation like that, I would, because life happens. Maybe he was, he was trying to come with a clean slate. So he didn't want to bring me in no shit. Like he had to really break it off with the ex that he was back and forth with. So that situation, I would give you a benefit because we didn't hang out.
Okay.
We didn't. But if we spent time, like even one date, and I don't hear from you, it's clip.
Yeah, I feel that. All right. Well,
because like keep that same energy. Whatever has you ignore me from before, continue to do that.
True.
Because you're no longer welcomed here. Real shit.
We're actually closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I do a thing on this called guilty conscious because I'm a very guilty person. I'm Irish
Do you
Catholic.
have white guilt?
You're
like, no, I
a
don't
little
give a fuck
bit.
about anybody. I don't give a fuck what my forefathers did. They did the right thing. No.
It's actually weird. I have brown guilt for some reason. I don't know why. No. I do have a white guilt, but I'm not gonna lie. I do feel a little superior to. I feel like so many people that that's
crazy.
I do feel like we're the superior race. So no. But the way that like, you better not clip that. The way that a lot of white people from like Nebraska have the white guilt, I feel like that's a little extreme. Where I feel like a lot of them have just like never met a black person in their life, so they're like, you must read this book on equality, and I'm like, you just found out that racism existed in 2020,
right?
I've seen it, I know, so I definitely do have white guilt.
Caused it.
I've caused it. This was my plan from the jump. All right, I do have white guilt, but not to the extreme of like the yuppies that live in Bed-Stuy now.
That's what it is. The ones in Bed-Stuy, so they'll clear the whole block out. And they'll put a gluten-free, gender-free, whatever the fuck.
Gender-free.
Yeah, gender-free, gluten-free, everything free but the motherfucking
food. No, the food is $30,000.
$38 for a burger. And you still hungry when you do that shit.
Yeah, because it's not real meat.
Right. But they'll put, like, they'll have an artist come and, do a mural of Biggie on the side of the restaurant. They're like, we did good.
Yeah. But even like the books where I'm like, like when everything was going down in 2020, obviously that was terrible, but it's also like, this has been happening. Yeah. You just found out about this and now you want to feel good about it by telling me to read a
Yeah.
book. I'm like, we know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you're a native New Yorker, so you like anybody who grew up in New York, because like I do consider myself someone who grew up in the New York City, like
You did. I was joking with you.
Right.
I don't have
No, so it's like we see like growing up in the city is very different from growing. Like we see so much shit
yeah.
that other people wouldn't even see. So you as a white man, from New York, you're so different from a white man from Ohio or like.
Oh, thank you. So that's the
so
greatest
different.
ending to that sentence. You as a white man, that has never ended well. So
No,
that
for
was
real.
fantastic. Thank you. No, but I also don't want to seem like I'm like, well, I'm from New York, so
And there are some white people who are like that. Like I don't know. I don't want to say his name.
We'll bleep his name. We'll just say it was Chris.
Yeah.
It
I
was
feel like,
me,
I feel
guys.
like, and I don't know him personally, but I feel like
Mm,
gives off that like I'm a white guy from New York, so I know everybody. I'm cool with everybody. I can say what the fuck I want because I'm friends with
Yeah.
everybody and everybody.
he abuses it.
Yes, I really do get that vibe from him. So
Yeah.
I guess I feel like you can get too. You're doing your white man from New York very perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
You're nailing it.
Did you tell her
Thanks.
who we're having on next week, though? No, I'm kidding.
Get on that. No, he would never do this podcast.
No, I don't know him personally, but that's the impression I get of him is like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm the cool New York white guy.
Yeah, it can, cause it's a great thing to be accepted by black people. It's a great feeling, so
Yeah.
that could get to your head.
And it absolutely did, but I feel like he's accepted by one particular black guy, and he thinks that black guy speaks for all.
That is a classic move.
Yeah, and it's like okay, that one black guy fucks with you. Congratulations. But I know some real niggas who do not fuck with you.
Mm,
And all that shit that you was talking about on the internet, you would never say that to their face.
mm. Do you feel like
But-
that's a big thing? Like people will like get a black person to stand next to them, so then they could say whatever they want.
Oh, all the time.
Okay,
Oh, don't
good.
let them have
So
a baby
anyway,
with a black person.
here's how I feel about black. Who would do such a thing? What? Don't let them have a baby with a black person? What?
Oh,
Then
they
it
have a
gets
baby.
crazier.
If they have a biracial kid, they think they are so in there.
Do you think there's white guys that plan on having a biracial kid so that then they could like act out even crazier? That would be wild.
I think that a lot of white women do that.
That's always a fascinating thing. I guess we're gonna dwell on race a little bit here.
Yeah.
But when you see like a really woke like type of white guilt kind of white woman that we were talking about
Mhm.
that then like dates a black guy and then she's like trying to be more woke than he is.
And she totally gets it because her boyfriend's black.
yeah.
She
yeah.
totally gets it.
One of my friends was dating someone like that, and I always thought it was funny. I was like, I bet one day she's gonna leave him because she can never be with a black man who dates a white woman.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
She's so like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd fight the power. I'm like, shut up, Rachel. I think that was actually her name. We might have, whatever. No one's listening to this. This is just a date. But what's something you feel guilty about? Because I have a lot of Irish guilt,
ooh, something I feel guilty about.
like currently.
Currently, okay.
Yeah.
I will say this. Last week I did a show for this beautiful white girl.
Why'd you point at me when you said
I
white girl?
don't know why I pointed at you.
I'm not a
You
white
guys
girl.
are kikiing.
What'd you say?
I said you guys are kikiing.
Yeah, I'm not a
We
white
are
girl.
Keke.
I'm a gay black man. And you will show me some respect.
So, and this from moving forward, I'm not gonna look at my phone like an hour before a show.
Really?
Yeah, because someone annoyed me, and I brought that on stage, and I was hostile towards her crowd. And she's such a sweet. And I ended up texting her. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm so sorry if I've made you uncomfortable." Like she thought it was her,
Oh.
and I'm like, "Baby, oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, and I really felt bad, and I apologized to her so much. I'm like, I mean, I didn't like tell her crowd like, "Fuck, I hate you all," like, but I was a little
Yeah.
less like. I was a little hostile.
Was it just in the energy or what you were saying too? Like, did you go at them?
A little.
Yeah.
And we were in Williamsburg, and I'm just like, you fucking white piece. I was just like, you fucking gentrification, you motherfucking gluten-free bitches. And they, like the crowd was like, oh my.
Oh man, I would love to see this. Is there a tape of this?
I hope not.
Oh man,
But
that's great.
I'm like, I told her, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like it was not my first time seeing white people. I don't know why I acted like that. I'm so sorry that
You're like, I love the gluten-free muffins.
She's like, I'm so sorry. She was like, but she like thought it was her fault. And I'm like, no, it's not your fault that you had a white show in Williamsburg. I apologize for
Yeah, I get that.
I felt really bad. But I think what it was is that I got a text from someone who pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
And then like as I'm reading it, she's like, "You've seen her on Don't Tell. You've seen her." I'm like,
Oh man.
so it was like
yeah.
I brought that energy, and then I was like, "You white fucking devils!" Like it was just, you know. So I really felt bad about that. That happened on Thursday, and I just stopped feeling bad about it yesterday. It took me like days to get over that.
But that's not your fault. And also that's just, I feel like that's something we just have to accept doing stand-up, that it's such an energy thing. And sometimes it's just like, all right, this is going to be an angry set.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of how I had that even yesterday where
really?
I did a bar show, and it was like, there was like 7 people in there in this back room. And when I knew the show wasn't going well, because when I walked in, the comic before me just said hello to me while on stage and was like,
oh no.
I was like, this is not, he goes, oh, I didn't know you were on the lineup. And I'm like, you're on stage, this is your set? And he's like, I gave up. And I was like, oh, this is not going to be fun.
Right.
And then I was so mad because I'm trying to run this set. So I was like, usually in that kind of like casual setting, I would just like do more crowd work or whatever. Yeah, because you can't really, you can't run like a formal set. But I was like, no, fuck that. I'm still going to like work on this material that I want to work on, whatever, I'm going to do it. And then it's like, whatever, it kind of sucks. Some guy walks in who was the bartender. Bartender walks in, everyone just looks at him, and I go like, oh, what is this, Kramer walking in Seinfeld? And then he goes, who is this? Ronald Weasley doing stand-up? And I was like, you look like he was wearing camo.
Wait, who's Ronald? Okay, that probably would hit
Harry Potter. Yeah, we'll do
oh, that's so funny.
I know, I was also like, damn, you're the bartender? That was pretty good.
That is pretty good. I would have, damn.
But I was like, I was just so annoyed because I wanted to run the material so bad, where like usually I wouldn't really care. But so we went back and forth, and even going back and forth, I would still be like fun, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just on edge because I was like, I want to work on this so bad. And then he had like curly black hair, and he was wearing camo, and I was like, you look like Proud Boy Crack Harlow. And then he goes,
so you guys are just throwing racial slurs at one another? There's a white on white crime in there?
Yes, you would have loved it.
I would have loved it. I would have took some material from y'all and used that the next show that bitch invited me to.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes, all your clothes are from Target. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a show at your bar. Obviously, I can't afford nice clothes. And then he had like a really small key, just one key hanging from his belt loop. And I was like, you have the smallest key ever just hanging from your loop. You look like a frat boy that doesn't have a student union anymore, his student ID. And then he goes, that's when he got mad. The energy was like, you know when the energy is just like angry?
Yeah.
And that makes such a big difference. We were both kind of angry, and that's never fun.
What the fuck was he angry about?
I don't know. He came in and heckled me, and he's the bartender. I'm like, what the fuck? So then after I said you look like a frat boy that doesn't have his student ID anymore, he goes, you're not getting your free comics drink.
That's so funny.
But he was like serious, and I was like, oh,
that's
a bummer. That's actually my only payment for the show.
Damn. Oh my God.
But yeah.
But what I will say about myself is that I'm the type of person, I apologize. I'm never too proud to apologize.
So you'll apologize.
I hit her up and I said, hey, sweetie, thanks for because she hit me up. She's like, oh my God, thanks for coming. I'm really sorry that the crowd wasn't good. I'm like, no. It was 100% me. Please don't apologize. So I told her, I'm like, listen, I read a text before I went on stage. I brought that energy. I apologize. I didn't mean to call everyone a right devil. So like, one thing about me, I will there's women who cannot apologize.
Yeah.
Like my sister.
I know them.
Yeah. My sister has the hardest time apologizing.
Oh, really?
Oh, I've known her my whole life, and I think I've seen her apologize once by accident.
By accident? How does that happen?
I don't know. I think somebody tricked her into saying I'm sorry.
She was sleep talking?
Yes, exactly. But I know
Is she
a lot
older
of women,
or younger?
Older, yeah.
So was that tough for you growing up where she couldn't say sorry and you're like,
yeah,
I'm just
really
your little
annoying.
sister?
Really annoying. And that's why I always made it a point. I'm like, no, I'm going to always apologize when I'm wrong. But only when I'm wrong. You know how people just say I'm sorry for things that they didn't cause?
Yeah, I kind of do that.
I have a best friend. She's always apologizing for something. I'm like, girl, what is the problem? Like,
yeah.
You didn't do anything.
It's tough. I'm trying to get better at that because it's.
So only apologize when you really mean, I'm like, oh shit, I did something that made someone uncomfortable or was wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I just feel so guilty about everything. This is therapy now. We went from date to therapy to activist.
To Keke is everything.
Is this all part of the Keke?
It's all part of the Keke. This is a good Keke.
This is a good Keke? All right, thank God. This is a good Keke. Chris, you Kekeing?
I'm Keke.
You be Kekeing?
A little bit. Dabbling in the Keke.
I like that. Dabble in the Keke.
Dabble in the Keke.
I love that.
All right, that's the name of the episode.
Yes, I love that. Yes, please.
Dabble in the Keke.
Dabble in the Keke.
Or that's the name of the podcast now.
Yeah, fuck
Screw it.
That's
Whatever.
That's the new name of it.
What is your vice? Because I feel like with you, I feel like you're a really hard worker.
I
where we'll
am.
just be like hanging out and comics are like, all right, let's drink. And I'm just being an idiot. And you're like, I'm going to go home and write a script. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I did. I did leave you to write a script.
Yeah.
I did.
But like, what do you do when you're just like, all right, I'm not doing anything?
I smoke a lot of weed.
Mm.
I do smoke a lot of weed. Sex used to be my vice.
Really?
I used to love me getting some dig. I used to love that.
That makes two of us. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know,
No,
it's
but
such a
I've
dumb-
taken a break from the penis.
You've taken a break from the penis?
I have.
Wait, so how often was it? Like, what was it like getting to a problem?
No, it was just
Did
like.
you have a penis problem?
No.
Because Lord knows I do.
That
This episode is
That's
sponsored
not
by
gonna be the
Blue
name of the
Chew.
episode. That's penis problem is not gonna be the name of the episode. You better not.
Penis problem. I love bad bitches. That's my penis problem.
no, it's gonna be Liam Dalton's penis problem. That's what we're gonna do.
Hey, if it gets us ads, we'll do
Right.
anything.
No, so like I would be at home like, damn, like I know this guy isn't any good for me, but like I do want some dick. So let me shoot him a text.
What's your take on that now? Because I feel like I go back and forth on like
Yeah.
the mature thing, I guess, is to be like, oh, this person's not good for you, so we shouldn't
Leave it alone,
hook
right?
up. But also, human beings have
Yeah.
needs.
Why not get I was stuck between that today. I'm like, to head or not to head?
To head or not to head? Wow. I saw that Shakespeare play. That was my favorite.
But I chose not to head because it's just like
That's not to head.
I'm just like, you know what? It's gonna feel good for a couple of minutes, and then it's like I'm gonna be back to not liking this person. I'm just gonna wait until I have that person who I consistently like.
But like, why do you think that matters? Not saying I
Yeah.
have a take either way, but
Right.
like, what's your take on that? Where like for someone who's like, yeah, but it's just a natural thing, and then
It is a natural thing, but for me, I want it to be a natural thing with someone I care about.
I
Right.
get that.
So I haven't had sex. The last time I had sex, it was hot outside.
Oh wow. Yeah,
It was-
but it's where the planet is ending. That could have been yesterday.
No, it was like pum pum shorts weather.
It was poom poom shorts weather.
Yeah.
That's why you had sex.
That's why I had sex. Exactly.
Because I was wearing those poom poom
Because
shorts.
it's random, I couldn't help myself. Yeah, it was pum pum shorts weather. But I've been very good, and even when I went to Jamaica for New Year's, because Jamaica is usually where I go, and I'm like, fuck it.
That's where you wild out.
Yeah, that's why I be having a penis problem in Jamaica. But I went to Jamaica and I didn't have sex. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm serious. I was impressed with my stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, I've been just keep saying to myself,
Is that why the roster is only at 1 right now?
yeah.
So what
But
about?
even when I had multiple people on my roster, because like I said, dating doesn't equate fucking.
Mhm.
So even if I had like 4 or 5 guys I was talking to, I was only fucking 1.
Okay.
Because you can't be fucking on 4 or 5. I mean, you can.
You can, but
But
it's
me
dangerous.
personally, that's not my thing.
Did they know that you're only gonna fuck one of them and you're gonna date 5 of them?
No, they don't know.
This
they
could be
all
a
think-
reality show.
Yeah, they all think that they're all gonna get.
Mm.
And it's just the one guy I'm like fucking with.
How do you decide?
Usually who makes me feel safe, who's the sexiest, who's
I guess that has something to do
money
with
plays a role too.
What's
But I
a-
mean, everybody I talk to has money, so
it. Oh yeah, forget you're a big like rich guy. woman.
yeah, because I need help.
I get that. I could go for a sugar mama myself.
Yeah,
Wh-
I was out with one of my home. I hope she doesn't see this. But I was hoping.
No one, Eva. Nobody is listening to this.
Okay.
This might not ever come out.
No, put it out. This is cute.
I'm having fun.
I have a friend. We were out 2 weeks ago, and she was like trying to like, I don't know what the fuck she was trying to. Okay, so there was this thing like if you send it to some people and they sign up, you can get like a $50 bonus. Like you know those things.
Mhm.
Like send it to a friend, and if they refer a friend, and if they sign up, you get $50.
Yeah, I hate when people send me those.
I know. So she sent it to me, and she was like, "Hey, like, can you sign up so I can get $50?" And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do it." And she's like, "Oh no, can you do it now?" I'm like, "Oh." She's like, "Yeah, I need the $50 to take an Uber to this guy's house."
Wow.
And they actually was her boyfriend. It is her boyfriend. They've been dating for quite some time. And I've been friends with her for 4 years, and I've never seen her boyfriend be able to send a car. And I'm just like, so you're sending me this annoying link
Yeah.
so you can get $50. So you're gonna take the Uber and then go give him pussy
For free.
and then wonder how you're gonna get. Like, I was genuinely confused, and I've been confused for the 4 years I've known her because they've been together 6 years. So he was there before me. So it's not my place to come there and be like, oh, drop this dude, because I don't ever tell nobody about their man.
Never.
Never, because I've made that mistake, and 9 out of 10 times, bitches will choose a man over you.
Yeah, I go back.
They will
and forth
cuss you
on
the
this.
fuck out.
Yes. But then what if then they break up, you can't say anything. You can't be like, oh, I never liked him.
No,
Because
then
then
they
it's
make
like-
it back together, or
then it's also like, why didn't you tell me?
why didn't you tell him? Right.
So you just don't say anything.
And also, he was 2 years, they were 2 years into their relationship when me and her linked up as friends. So it's like,
okay.
yeah, I don't want to be like, I just got here and I'm like, oh, this guy's a piece of shit, whatever. So, but I was just so confused. I'm like, I've never seen him be able to help you with anything.
Mm.
And it's like, this should be the last straw. Like, you have to like get all these people to sign up for something just to go to his house.
You're doing
like,
pyramid schemes.
to go to his house and get some dick.
She has penis problems.
She has that's a penis problem I
That's
don't
a
ever
penis.
want to have.
She has poor penis problems.
Yes.
Yeah, but
she had
also
the PPP.
isn't that the thing from COVID?
Yeah.
The PPP loans?
Yeah, but that PPP actually helped people.
Yeah, his does not.
His does not help.
You think he got a PPP during COVID?
If he did, she didn't see the benefits of that.
Fuck. But also,
I met her the summer of 2020. I met her in July 4th. We met at a 4th of July party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2020, a pool party. So,
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Next time I got you.
Wait, but what's the etiquette on that where it's like they've been dating 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
Is he supposed to pay for everything?
No, not everything, but if I have to do a pyramid scheme to come to your house, I want to be able to say, hey, babe, I don't have it. Can you send for me?
Yeah. And also, she's taking an Uber to his house.
Right.
He could at least have a car and go pick her up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But what is your take on like the who pays for what dating?
Okay, so me, I do buy gifts from the guy I'm seeing. I do like, I don't mind. I've like, all right, for example, the guy that FaceTime me, whatever.
Yeah, number one on the roster.
Yeah, number one on the roster. Like, he pays for everything. Everything. But I offer all the time, and he says no.
That's a big thing.
I offer all the time.
Even if you're always gonna say no, I feel like the offer is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also then I feel like there's a couple dates in where it's like the guy should pay, or even like
after the third date, I would say, hey, I got this.
3 dates is a good it's a good tell. But also it's like not even to be like gender roles or whatever. It's also whoever asks who to go out on the date. Where like I think I would still pay for a girl, and I would probably have to do the pyramid scheme like your friend because I'm very broke. But it's more about like, okay, I asked this girl here, so obviously I should be paying.
Yeah.
But if she asked me, she's got to buy me some gifts or something.
Yeah. So there's a play that I want to see, and I saw him, I was like, I want to see this play, and he's like, okay, I'll take you.
Wow.
So he offered still.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Me too.
What does he do?
He owns a couple of cannabis shit in Colorado. He owns 4.
Whoa.
What are they called? Dispensaries.
Oh, he owns dispensaries
in Colorado.
But he lives here?
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
Ah, wow. This is like, that's the change in Brooklyn in 2025, where it's like now there's like white people in Brooklyn that are selling drugs. And then now it's like the real like businessmen drug dealers are like, I got my business elsewhere.
Yeah, so his shit is set up in Colorado.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to his businesses?
I've been to Colorado, but not in a year. I've been to Colorado pre-COVID.
You went for stand-up?
Nah, this
For penis problems?
Yeah, I had a penis problem out there.
Did he fly you out?
He did.
Ah.
But he wasn't from Colorado. He was playing a game in Colorado.
Playing a game? He was an athlete? Say more words.
NFL.
NFL? What team?
He started off
Denver Broncos
with the Giants, and then he went to the Titans.
Can we say the name?
No, I'm not saying his name. People probably Googling now. Like, people gonna be Googling, like, who the
I'll
fuck?
find him.
Oh, yeah.
You better
Giants, Titans?
Nah,
Damn. Wait,
yeah.
how did this happen?
I was fucking with an NBA player. Sorry,
Oh.
NFL.
Well, you're a triathlon athlete.
No, NFL. Sorry, wrong letters. NFL football.
How did this happen?
So on Instagram,
Classic.
liking pictures, and then we was texting back and forth, and we was FaceTiming because I was like, I wanted to make sure that we both wanted to make sure that we looked like what we
The
looked
pictures?
like. Most so him, because he's like, I want to make sure, because girls filter a lot, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Was he a tight end? We'll be right back.
I have no idea what. I don't know what the fuck.
I
I have no idea what he did.
I was making a sex joke.
Oh yeah.
Was he a ride receiver?
No, he didn't receive nothing.
Chris, I need more positions. He didn't receive nothing. Okay, so then he flew you out to Denver.
Yes,
Did you go to the game?
I did not.
Mm.
I did not.
Have you've never been to one of his games?
No.
You didn't want to.
I had no interest. Well, I was just in the house. Like
Nice.
there was a lot of food because we had an Airbnb.
Mm.
So it was a lot of food, and it was just a mansion. And I just stayed in there. Also, he did some fuck shit too. He did some fuck shit.
What'd he do?
He was having a baby too, and he didn't tell me about that.
Oh man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Honestly, in terms of NFL players, though, not the worst
That's
thing he
like,
could have done
I know,
to you.
that's like the regular. That's like regular. It's a regular Wednesday for an NFL player.
They usually do worse. So
yeah.
not wait. So then, how'd you find out?
He told me.
After he had the baby?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that like were you guys dating or were you just like hooking up?
We just hooking up.
So you didn't expect anything out of it anyway, or you didn't want anything?
No money. What you mean? What you mean?
Was he spoiling you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But then I'm saying like you weren't expecting to like marry him.
Oh no.
No, because also last time I saw you, we were talking about dating, and you were like, "I'm getting to that age. I just need semen."
No, yeah, right, exactly. No, because this is like in my 20s. This story's from my 20s.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
33 now.
Okay.
Like Eva in her 20s is a different bitch.
I want to meet 20-year-old Eva.
Eva in her 20s is a different bitch. I'm a grown woman now. I'm very, very, very selective, very conscious about who I share my energy and my body with.
Mm-hmm.
In my 20s, I'm like, oh, you're NFL, whatever the fuck, I don't care. Like,
I mean, that's a pretty good story.
that is a pretty good story. But 33 now, NFL, I'm like, yes, it's still a good catch, but it's like, I'm gonna have to deal with the groupies on the road.
Yeah.
Do I want, like,
And
20,
he's gonna
20, yeah, 20-year-old Eva wouldn't have give a fuck. Cause it's like, okay, whatever, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
33-year-old, I'm like, I don't want a guy who's gonna be fucking on the road.
And there's gonna be a scandal.
Yeah, and it's like, bitches, some stripper went to TMZ and she's pregnant. I don't want that life.
And he's gonna have CTE.
Yeah, like, right. You know what I'm
So
saying?
the
Like,
head's not gonna be that good.
Exactly.
All right.
Or maybe it'll be really good.
That's true.
Maybe, yeah, it might be the best head ever because it's so crazy.
Okay, before we go,
Uh-huh.
if you could, usually I would say drink, but I know your vice is smoking. If you could smoke with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
I would love to smoke with Harriet Tubman and be like, girl,
How'd you do
girl, a Keke with Harriet Tubman?
it? Oh, Keke with Harriet?
A Keke with Harriet would be
Damn.
fire. I would like to smoke with Bob Marley as well.
What would you ask Harriet Tubman? What would be the first?
Like, I would just, like, where did you find the strength, sis? Where did you find the strength? Because,
That'd be a crazy blunt rotation.
yo.
Harriet Tubman, Bob Marley, Eva Evans.
And Eva, yeah.
Man.
I would just want to know where she found the strength and, like, yeah. And Bob, I mean, I have so many questions for him. Just like,
I'm surprised you didn't say Vibes Cartel.
well, oh, you said dead or alive. I'm bugging. I'm sorry. I thought
She's-
of two dead people.
Eva's obsessed
alive,
with Vibes Cartel.
I am obsessed. Beyonce and Vibes are my two alive.
Beyonce and Vibes. Vibes is on
Oh
your
yeah,
arm, right?
yeah, this is Vibes Cartel right here.
And then
Garnet Silk.
Garnet. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, Garnet Silk. Yeah, I have those sheets on my bed.
And then Sizzla Kalonji.
Wait, do you have the Statue of Liberty with the COVID mask on?
No. People always think.
yo.
First of all, I got this in 2018.
Oh, so you knew
No,
COVID was
this
coming.
is 17.
You
that's
planned
a
the
bandana.
pandemic. Oh, okay.
That's a bandana. You know, you got to be a gangster to make it into the city.
That's
Well, before. I don't know
that's
about now.
Lady Shiesty.
Yeah, a Pooh Shiesty, yeah. And then yeah, so this
And
is Sizzla Kalonji and this is Barris Hammond.
Are these all like
All Jamaican artists.
very
all
nice.
Jamaican
Who's your
musicians.
next one?
Oh, I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done with the faces. I'm not done with tattoos, but I'm done with the portraits.
No more faces?
Nah, I'm gonna probably put my first kid's name right here. So I'm sure I want to get a neck tat, but on the back of my neck.
How do you feel about these neck tats?
I love them. I think
Yeah?
on who? Like on a man?
On a man, I'm thinking about
If I
getting
see
one.
a neck tat, that's when I get a penis problem. The neck tattoos give me
Wait,
penis problems.
really? I'm gonna
they
get
make-
Vibes Cartel right here.
And Ava on the other.
Yes.
you
No,
go.
Yeah, they're kissing.
Yes, right? Across your Adam's apple.
All right, Eva has to go. Thank you so
Yes,
much for
thank you
coming.
for having me. Come
Eva
back
Evans, if
anytime.
you don't mind. Oh, come back every week. This is great.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, please watch my. So I know I was calling it a special, But I'm just gonna call it a 45-minute set because it was not like the best production quality.
But it's great production of comedy.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of the material that I put out there.
Yes.
So please go on my link all right, so follow my Instagram at Eva Evans Comedy. Eva Evans Comedy. If you go on my bio, you click the link tree and you'll see
my name.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll see me and Liam sex tape. And then right under that is a 45-minute set that I did.
Yes, and it's fantastic.
But when
Watch
is
her
this coming
Don't
out?
Tell. And it's not coming out. This is just for me to watch the tapes back and be
And
like,
jerk
hey.
off to it?
Yeah, exactly. Me and Eva have a great bond. It's too bad no one's ever going to see this. Now, this will probably be out in a couple weeks.
Oh, in a couple. Okay.
This'll-
Well, if you're in Ontario, California, or the surrounding areas, I'm headlining the Improv February 13th.
Yes.
February 13th. It's a Thursday. Please come support me. Valentine's Day, I'm headlining the Crocodile in Seattle, Washington. Come fuck with me.
Yes. Yes. Eva Evans, thank you so much. Eva Evans, if you don't mind.